Hey, you fucking pricks. It's Lamentable Podcast here with another episode of Lamentable Podcast. As always, your hosts, Josh and Kyle. And today's special guest is Jacob.
Hello.
How you doing there, Jacob?
I'm alright. How are you, Josh?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad.
Oh,
You know, just recording this podcast here.
I see.
Yep. How are you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing alright. Pretty okay for a Thursday.
It is Thursday. Anything exciting happened for any of you guys lately? Any stories you want to tell about your last few days on this planet?
We had our crazy party on Saturday.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Jacob was there.
Yeah, I'm the designated professional drunk driver, as they say.
Oh,
Designated.
Yep.
Yeah, so the party was okay. Nobody really got too messed up. It was actually pretty, what do you say?
Laid back.
Yeah, I mean, laid back. Yeah, it was pretty not. It wasn't that crazy.
Tame.
Like, people
Yeah.
weren't acting stupid, and nobody was throwing up anywhere. It was pretty okay.
No breaking things, throwing up on jackets. On
Yeah.
people's bombers' jackets, you know? People throwing up on those. Dante.
oh,
So, yeah, we didn't really do much. We all had fun, drank and stuff, and we watched the Marble Olympics, which was pretty fun. We all gathered in my room to watch that.
yeah, we talked about that.
I don't even think I watched that. I was just like sitting in the hallway.
Well, that's because you're a loser,
Well,
Jacob.
there was no room in there, and I was just like sitting there, and I'm like, "Hello, Jeremiah," because he was out there with me. And he's just playing his Nintendo Switch.
Do you even care about the Marble Olympics, Jacob?
Yeah, I really don't have any investment in it, honestly.
You should definitely get into it because it's worth it.
I feel like it's too late for me.
It's only 2 episodes in. It's only 2 things in now.
Yeah.
Two episodes too late. Am I right, Kyle?
They're like 5 minutes
yeah, they're
each.
like 5 minutes.
Oh,
But yeah, we played Pong. Me and Kyle ran table a couple different
I
times.
played really well for some reason.
yeah.
It's because we have this short-ass table, maybe?
Yeah, probably wasn't regulation table size.
I was just the ref, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fuck over Patrick any way necessary, because I knew I'd get the biggest reaction out of him.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. That's why I did it. I'm like, I know Patrick will get really pissed if I just fuck with him the whole time. And then he did.
He did.
He's like, what?
He was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
He was like,
Yeah.
this game was bullshit when Jacob's the ref.
Yeah, he's like, what? Every 5 seconds when I make a call, I'm like, I was just pretending to be an NHL ref and just calling off sides and like boarding and stuff during it. He's like, what are you talking about? What? This game's stupid. It's rigged. And then Patrick just getting all pissed off. And everybody else is just like,
It's pretty funny because we won games because of Jacob's calling a lot of the time.
We also lost games, though, so
Yeah.
whatever, but
Yeah.
it was still funny.
It's still really funny.
I mean, if Patrick was on one team, I'd always lean towards the other team, giving him the benefit of the doubt.
And, like, if he got 2 cups with, like, if the ball touched 2 cups and he got him in and he was supposed to get 2, he was like, nope, that wasn't it. Nope.
Yeah. Be like,
You didn't get it.
I didn't see anything. I wouldn't count it. Be like, give it back. You were offsides, Patrick. You can't bring your shoulder above and hit the person in the head. That's illegal. We're trying to eliminate that from the game. They'll be like, what?
It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Then we went to Denny's afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle?
Oh, wow, yeah. We were just eating. I was having my pancakes at 2 in the morning because I was drunk. And freaking this girl that I used to work with just walks in and she just shouts from across the restaurant. She's like, Kyle? And I'm like, okay, hello.
She was, like, pointing and everything, too. She was like, Kyle!
She must have been, like, drunk herself.
She had to have been.
Because we were not that close at work. I mean, we talked, but we weren't, like, best friends, so I don't know what
I didn't even
deal
see
was.
the pointing or anything because my back was turned. All I heard was, Kyle? I'm like,
just sitting there eating food and you just hear Kyle, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was pretty funny,
yeah, it was.
very entertaining. Yeah, they were with a big group of people too, so they were probably wasted.
What other reason are you at Denny's at that time of
Yeah,
day?
pretty much. If you're at Denny's at 2 in the morning, you're probably drunk. Or something worse.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. So today is Thursday. That means it's the first day of the NFL draft.
And it's also the day Infinity or Endgame comes out or something tonight,
Yes.
and the draft.
But all of us are poor and not good. Well, we're not poor. We just
Yeah.
aren't invested enough to go see it right away.
I thought it came out on the 26th.
What is today?
It's 25th.
25th.
Oh, well, I think they usually do it like
They have a midnight release.
something like that. But
Yeah.
they always do for like every movie that comes out, like that's supposed to come out on Friday. It comes out like the day before, the night before for some
Oh, it
reason.
was like that pre-sale ticket people?
Maybe. I honestly don't know how it
Yeah,
works. I've never
never
done
been-
it. I've
I've
never
never
done
done
it.
it
When the
before.
Warcraft movie came out, and we had free tickets to that.
Oh yeah, we saw that on Thursday. I think
We saw that like the day
because it was a
before.
school night. I remember that.
Yeah, but it was free, so it was
Yeah.
sick. And we were all seniors, so we didn't give a shit. We were like, yeah, 11 o'clock movie, let's go.
Yeah. And then get like only a couple hours. Well, it wasn't that late, but I mean it was kind of late because I think I got home around like 12 or 1 in the morning. I think or something like that. I don't even remember now.
I watched Infinity War on Netflix. So before I go and see that, if I actually end up doing it in theaters, I probably need to watch that again so I can keep up on my lore.
Oh, yes.
I think we're gonna see it this Sunday if Donnie wants to go, since that's his day off, and then whoever else wants to go can. I really don't care.
Like I
Sunday?
said, I'm poor.
Yeah,
so I don't
Sunday. That's what I'm thinking. If Donnie wants to go,
know. It
Sunday.
probably will be like sold out. You'll have to look at like.
Yeah, I don't know how it works since it's the Regal. Don't people just come and buy their tickets there?
I think you can still.
You
buy
can
seats.
buy them on an app and then
Oh.
go in and show them the app and they'll scan it. You go in,
Yeah. I was thinking probably just show up like
but they'll probably have it playing in like 6 theaters.
yeah, show up like 30 minutes early or something like that, and then I feel like I'd have a chance.
Yeah, I'm not really too keen on going. If I go, I can, but then like I'm not gonna go out of my way to go see it.
I just really want to see it because I know there's going to be like spoilers and stuff, and I really want to see it as soon as possible before they're like, "Oh, Hawk dies!" I'm like, "God, fucking damn it!" And then I'm just like,
Fucking. Okay, so Brie Larson plays
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, and there's a picture of her like on the fucking like red carpet somewhere, and she's just got
Oh, the rings of
she's
the.
just got all the rings on
Yeah.
and like of the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's just like, is that a spoiler?
No, all the women did it for some reason. I think.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson did it too, and I think I'm trying to remember if any of the other ones did it. I think it was all the women did it, but I don't remember for sure.
I was thinking, I was like, maybe Captain Marvel just gets the Infinity Gauntlet and then punches
She
Thanos
snaps
in the nuts.
backwards and everyone comes back alive. I don't know why they would do that or how she would even get that shit on. That thing's fucking huge.
Like she's very powerful though. If you see her in the.
Yeah, I did not see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Well, I
Captain
won't
Marvel.
spoil anything, I guess. And I probably shouldn't.
No spoilers,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Brie Larson dies in Captain Marvel. Even though it's a prequel to Endgame. Be like,
Yeah, she dies.
yeah. It took place in like the 90s or something like that. Because I remember there was like a blockbuster. Maybe it was like the early 2000s, but yeah, it's probably the early 2000s that I think of it.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They always do those movies like in the past like that.
Yeah, they really didn't have a choice though with since after Infinity War with the snap, it'd be kind of weird if they do
Yeah.
it like
It's like some random new superheroes here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
where were they the whole time?
just like they introduce Ant-Man in between Infinity War and Endgame for no reason. They're like, oh, this is Ant-Man. And be like, wow, that's pretty boring. That's the only superhero that's left is an ant.
A guy that can grow really big. Wow.
Yeah. He was trapped in. Well, that's a spoiler, so I won't say
Oh,
it.
yeah.
A spoiler for Ant-Man 2. Oh no.
Yes. Everybody's favorite Marvel movie.
Dude, Ant-Man 2.
But it's very. I mean, it's very relevant to Endgame.
Yeah,
because the end of
technically
it
is.
has what to do with
Yeah.
Infinity War.
I didn't even watch the Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's on Netflix.
It's just an average movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Is it
I think
filler?
it's
Is it like a filler movie?
Well, the
Like,
after
it doesn't
credit,
matter?
the after credits is important somewhat to Infinity War because the after credit takes place like during that, even though the movie takes place before it. For some reason.
They always do weird shit with the after credits.
Yeah. Well, I guess they usually tie a lot of it into because Ragnarok at the end was basically the beginning of Infinity War, where it's Thanos like boarding Thor's ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. I don't know. Oh yeah. Never mind. It was Captain Marvel, so I don't want to spoil anything. I guess since it's still early.
God, is that? It'll probably be on Netflix in like a week. They always put the Marvel movies on Netflix relatively quick.
Yeah. Like
Infinity War's been on there for a while.
Yeah.
So probably like 3 months after Endgame comes out, they'll probably be on Netflix. I'm like, sure.
Pretty soon they'll have no Marvel movies on Netflix because Marvel's starting. Well, I think they already have their own streaming service, so I'm sure eventually they'll all be gone.
Isn't Disney doing that too?
Disney. I meant Disney because Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's really stupid because every single one of those companies has their own streaming service now. So it's like every single one's like $15 a month, so you have to buy all of them if you want to watch random shit.
That's what DC does now. Disney's doing it now. Disney's basically the modern day monopoly, honestly.
CBS is doing it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of random fucking ones. And now it's just gonna be like all like college films on Hulu and Netflix. Well, Netflix makes their own.
Netflix originals.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite movies.
Honestly, I don't mind.
There's a couple
Some
good
of them
ones.
are good, yeah.
But they're mostly shit.
Yeah, a lot of it
them are
is
bad.
garbage.
You
But
hear that, Netflix? Step up your fucking game.
like every 1 in 10 thing they make is good, I'd say. Like for every 10 Netflix
and then-
show, there's like one good one.
There's a YouTube. I don't know if you guys have YouTube Premium or not.
I don't.
There's a YouTube show called Wayne.
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's
I
really good.
I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking
You
about.
told me to watch it, and I never did.
It's really good. It's actually super good. I don't know why, and I hope they come out with the second season. Apparently they are, but there's nothing solid. But the director apparently said they were working on stuff, so they were like, Wayne season 2?
What's the show about?
It's about this kid that just gets really angry. And he...
Oh.
The first... Oh, I mean, it's not really spoilers. He has to, like, go across the country to get his dad's car. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
That's, like, the main plot line.
And he gets super angry.
He doesn't get... It doesn't
Does he
have,
turn
like,
green?
He doesn't have superpowers, but he's just a kid with, like, no anything, and he just gets mad and beats the shit out of people a lot.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
I think I remember seeing something about it. I think it was like the
You can
people.
watch the first episode for free without YouTube Premium.
I think the people who made Wayne or something like that are the same people who made John Wick or something like
Same
that.
people that made Deadpool.
Oh, it's Deadpool. Okay. Even though I think the people that made Deadpool 2 are the people that made John Wick.
I don't
Just,
know.
I don't know.
I don't know, Jacob, you're the movie guy.
Yeah, I am
I'm
the
not
movie
good at that
buff.
kind of stuff.
I know everything about movies, especially Dragged Across the Concrete and Bone Tomahawk.
What's your favorite movie ever, Jacob?
That's such a hard one. There's so many.
What's a movie that you've watched the most over and over again?
Probably like I can name a couple. There's Taxi Driver. There's Logan. Trying to think what other movies I've seen many times.
How's that vape?
I've watched Bone Tomahawk quite a few times and just stuff like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's just so many movies I've watched many times. Honestly.
I like the Bone Tomahawk director.
Yeah, S. Greg Zeller. He made Bone Tomahawk, Brawl, and Cell Block 99.
Yeah, I was
and-
gonna say that one's one of my
Dragged
favorites.
Across the Concrete.
Drag
Yeah,
Across Concrete's pretty good.
I
like
have to
that.
see Drag Across Concrete.
it's not as violent as Brawl and Cell Block 99, but still violent, and it's very long too.
Is it comedically bad at parts, or is it?
It's like comedic, but it's kind of like it is kind of like a dark kind of comedic. Like it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene in the movie where I don't know why this made me laugh, but there's a scene in the movie where they go to like this place called Bert's Diner to get the Bert Special or whatever, and they're cops. So as soon as they get there, as soon as the lady brings out the food, their boss calls them and be like, "We need you in the office immediately. I have to talk with you." And he's like, "Can you box this up?" And then the waitress is like, she's like, "You want me to box this up, this food that I just brought all the way over here from the kitchen?" And then Mel Gibson's just like, "Correct." And then she's like, "I'll go grab boxes then." I don't know, just that whole conversation is just really funny
That's
to me.
pretty funny.
We played, Jacob and Nick and I played a drinking game for this movie,
Oh yeah.
and some of the rules were pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'd seen it before, so I knew what would be good drinking rules. The rules were every time somebody's fingers get blown off, take a drink. They use percents a lot in that movie. So anytime a percentage is used, I'm trying to think of what the other ones were. Oh, a racist joke. There were a few of those.
Racist joke.
Yeah, they made a few
racist
racist jokes in the movies. There was one more.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
What the fuck was it?
Well,
Yeah, I don't remember
can't
the
think
full-
of it now,
yeah.
but maybe it will come to us later.
Do you like the movie The Machinist?
Oh, with Christian Bale?
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think I remember kind of like liking it, even though it's kind of like I guess sort of like a huge plot twist at the end.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies.
It is a good movie.
Christian Bale's one of my favorite actors, but I don't like Christian Bale Batman.
Really?
You don't
Yeah,
like Christian Bale
I don't like the
Batman?
Christian Bale Batman.
That's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it
I don't
is.
know. I just don't.
I think pretty much anything I see Christian Bale in, at least him as just the character, I like him, usually.
Yeah, Christian Bale's a good actor.
Yeah, he's just really good.
He's really good in dark movies. He's really good in funny movies. He's really good in like just all around, pretty much.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the greatest actors of our generation.
It's gonna be funny because when he's old, he's still gonna be in movies. He's gonna be like, no, what's that movie he just recently? The old vice president or something.
Yeah,
Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
Dick
Dick
Cheney.
Cheney Vice, yeah.
I seen that movie. It was pretty good.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Nick and I went to see it.
I want to see that movie.
That movie's good because there's a complete, like, straight up, like, fake ending to it. Like, the credits just start rolling as, like, a meme. And then it just cuts to the next scene.
That's pretty good.
That's sick. I want to see that. Yeah, and then shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It was something about Christian Bale playing an old guy.
Oh, I like that. I like him in The Big Short. Remember when we watched that?
Oh, I haven't seen that movie either, actually.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it does look like a pretty good movie.
We watched it, and I burnt a disc.
Yeah, we watched it illegally.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
lucky someone doesn't turn you in.
Oh no, FBI! Please
We
don't
watched
stop
it, like,
us.
4 years ago.
It's out now. If we bought a copy, it'd be legal.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Do you still have that disc?
Probably not. I have a couple of them got destroyed when I was moving. They got cracked in the box
Oh.
because they were just in like those paper things that keep the disc safe.
So what'd you do with them?
I think I still have Deadpool. I have Straight Outta Compton. I have The Room. Do you ever see The Room?
The Tommy Wiseau one or the Brie Larson one? I think Brie Larson's just called Room.
It's the one where the two girls
I'm
are
pretty
locked
sure-
in the room.
Oh,
thinking
that
they
is
escape at
okay.
the end.
Yeah, that is the one. I'm
The
thinking.
newer one, not the...
Yeah.
Room.
The Tommy Wiseau one, which is like a fucking meme movie.
Yeah, you're talking about the Brie Larson one where she's like trapped by this person that kidnapped her when she was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She
a pretty
finally
good movie.
escaped.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a pretty okay movie.
it's based on a book, I believe.
Yeah, those were okay.
Who... Weren't you working at, like, a machine shop or someplace?
Yeah, there
and
was
you
just a
bought-
guy that had them, and he was like, "Hey."
He was like, you guys want to buy some pirated movies?
It was pretty funny. It was lit. He sold jerky too. he had deer jerky he would sell as well. That was pretty decent.
It's an all-around entrepreneur, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He had like boxes of movies, and at the end of the day, they'd be empty. So I mean, he made money. They were like $5 per disc,
Wow.
and he was making bank. So I mean, that's hey FBI, we didn't say any names, so don't. Yeah.
His name is Jane Doe.
Yes.
That's pretty good, though.
It came in handy. I saw Deadpool way before it came out. It was pretty decent. There was a couple movies, but I lost a couple of them. I had The Big Short, and a bunch of different ones.
The only movie I watched, like, before... Well, other than those ones, like, just on, like, the DVD... Well, not the rips, but, like, just recorded from the theater, because that's basically what these were. But they were actually really high quality.
Yeah, they were okay.
They were... Just kind of funny, but the only movie that I saw... Because there's the Fire Stick, where you can watch movies.
Oh yeah, you can get Cody or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
and my dad always watches movies like right when they come out on there. I don't know why. He always just watches like the movie theater version of it.
Oh, God, that's awful.
And the only movie that I've seen, the worst version of a movie that I've seen was Fast and Furious 8
Oh,
because it was recorded in a theater. And
I
you can,
saw
like,
that one on Cody Stick too.
Yeah, you and me watched it together. I think.
Yeah. And then you know the Jonah Hill movie with the skateboarding kid?
Oh, mid-90s?
Yeah, I watched that. It was on YouTube. The pirated version was on YouTube for like a while before it got taken off.
That's pretty
saw
good.
It was pretty decent. It was actually a good movie. I want to see it like in actual quality though. Again, it was a good movie.
Trying to remember, I tried watching a movie like illegally before, but it was like the theater version where somebody like recorded it with their cell phone, and then it's just like you could see a person like cough and then get up to go use the restroom. I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, you know. That's how that Fast and Furious was. I was like, wow. This is
someone
pretty bad.
stood up in like the middle of it and like walked
Yeah.
away. And we're like, okay,
It's like-
that guy.
You know, like, just go to the movie theater at that point if you wanted to see the movie. It's like $12 or something like that. It's not worth like watching a cell phone cracked version of it, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't know what movie it was, but one of those discs that we watched at the beginning, there was like it was a guy recording it, but apparently it was like some kid with his mom, and the girl's just like, "Turn that camera off." It's pretty funny.
Some what was Josh and I watched a movie. I think it was the Belko experiment or whatever.
Oh,
Oh,
I've seen
sick!
that.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
movie was lit.
And we were watching it.
I thought it was stupid.
And it was stupid, but
we
it was
watched
still
it.
lit.
I think we watched it on the Fire Stick or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was just like randomly in the middle of the movie, just like some credits came up like on the screen. I forgot what it said, but it was like some watermark they put on the screen.
Oh, that was
20 minutes in. And
yeah.
it
Was that the
like-
one that it would like go like dark?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it would go like light and get,
It would go like dark and like a blurry like box will go across the screen.
yeah.
Is that how they avoid copyright
I
or
guess.
something?
They were avoiding like getting caught. I assume on like a website.
They only did it like twice, but it was still like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
it was really bad. It was like a good chunk. It was like a minute at least through the whole, like when it covered up a decent amount of stuff. I forgot about that. That movie, yeah, it wasn't great, but it was still
Yeah,
funny.
it was not great.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It was directed by James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe.
Was it really?
Yeah, that's why I had like Michael Rooker in it and stuff. Like, even though he died immediately, I thought he was gonna be like a main character in that movie, and then he just gets hit in the head with a fucking wrench and then dies.
I don't even remember what happened in that movie.
The idea was good, but they didn't
Yeah.
execute it.
Yeah,
I like movies like that. They should come out with more movies kind of like that.
Yeah, it's just a hard movie to pull off, I guess. Apparently, because like whenever I see movies like that, they're just usually shitty.
There's like, oh, you work at this new building.
Yeah. Be a shame if we just closed all the shutters and
Yeah,
made everyone go crazy. Be like, we're gonna kill everyone. See these things we embedded in you when you decide to work at the company? These like microchips that we put in you? They're actually explosives. So
It's like, okay, well, I just wouldn't have a microchip put in me, which
Yeah,
means I
literally.
wouldn't have a job there. But
Yeah, I just
Pretty
wouldn't
much.
work there.
I also wouldn't have to live in like.
They were probably like, oh, make
They
$1
lived
million
in-
dollars a year working
It was in
here.
like some weird.
Yeah.
It was like some South American country.
Yeah,
it was, yeah. It was just like some. Well, I guess it's called the Balco experiment, but just I don't. What experiment? Like, what were you trying to prove in that experiment?
The movie's old enough now where you can talk about it. But,
Yeah.
wasn't the end like a twist? Wasn't there like the Belko experiment was another experiment from another
Yeah.
thing or something?
There was like a bunch of them going on at the
oh
same
no!
time.
At the end of it, it ended up being a different experiment or something. There was like they thought because they like found the people that were running it.
Yeah.
But those people were being an experiment.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, is that what happened? I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's
I
what
remember. I remember the guy at the end how he like took how he took the shit that were the bombs that were in people's necks, the little microchips, and he took them with him, and then he like
He used them as bombs.
Yeah.
yeah.
But against the people that were running the experiment
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
quotations.
And then-
but then he killed all of them and it like zoomed out and he was still being like watched.
It was another thing of cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't even. It's been a while since I've seen it. I barely remember.
So I thought they were going to come out with another one, but it's been years, so they probably not.
They're
going
probably
to.
like, well, this movie did really shitty in theaters and didn't make any money, and it was just poorly reviewed. We're not going to make another one.
That's usually what they do,
Yeah.
Jacob. And then they're like, wow, this movie was shitty and made a lot of money, so we're going to make another one.
It was overly hyped. Belko experiment was like all over Facebook and shit.
Yeah, it was all over Facebook. That's
It's
like,
probably because like James Gunn directed it and stuff like that. Yeah, I think James Gunn directed. I don't remember for sure, but I think he did.
There's always random movies that I only ever see. I saw Belko experiment stuff on TV, but Belko was one of the first ones that I would see like a bunch of ads on Facebook for, but they weren't like real ads. It would just be like some guy would like post some like popular Facebook page would be like, "Yo, man, this movie looks crazy."
Oh yeah, that's literally that's advertising. They're just doing it as memes to fit in with the crowd. They're like, "Whoa, this is great!" Just like that Veronica movie on Netflix. It's like, "Whoa, this movie's the scariest thing I ever seen," and I watched it and I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
I've never even heard of it.
I don't know, because there's always a movie that comes out like every year, and it's like it's the scariest movie ever made.
Yeah.
It was not scary.
I'm very selective with like horror movies. Usually, I look them up, and
It's really hard. Scary movies are hard. People don't know how to make them. Apparently,
Yeah.
like they're never scary,
they're usually just bad.
and then they utilize jump scares far too much. And then like at the beginning, it's like, the beginning of the movie is like their regular life, and there would always be like that like music that's like the suspenseful music. You think something scary is gonna happen, and it's like their little brother pops out like, "Wah! Got you!"
Yeah. Literally every movie ever.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, funny.
I could never really get into like sort of most of like the supernatural sort of side of horror movies. Usually, it's just like the horror movies I like are kind of like I don't know. Like there's a couple different kinds. Like there's this kind like have you ever seen the movie The Invitation? It's on. It used to be on Netflix.
What's it about?
It's sort of like a cult, but you don't know it's a cult at first. It's like this husband, ex-husband, they get invited over for dinner, like with like friends and stuff, and this wife is like sort of like dating this guy who's a part of a cult, pretty much, and pretty much like throughout the movie, like strange shit's just happening and stuff, like people aren't showing up to the dinner that would have showed up, and just like people are I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was just like very odd, and then you go to find out that it was just like all throughout LA or whatever where it took place. It's just like the cult was actually everywhere, and you just see like fire and shit everywhere, and like gunshots, and you just hear it. It's just a crazy ass ending.
I didn't see that movie.
Horror movies that I like, yeah, I'm not really into the supernatural either. I like movies that like could actually like happen, like just some crazy.
Oh
guy
yeah,
with,
like real stuff.
Fucking,
Yeah,
like cults and stuff like
just
that.
kill you.
the movie I watched the movie about the real cult, that the drink the Kool-Aid
Oh,
cult.
the segment, or I'm trying to think of what the movie was called. I think it was called like the segment, if it's the one.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The
we
James
watched-
Jones.
It actually wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
It was okay, yeah.
And then the most recent movie I watched was Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh god, so stupid.
There's a new popular. I saw it on Facebook, so I assume it's like being spewed around with people. But it's a movie that's like based on like Slender Man, kinda.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
It's
honestly.
like Mercy Black or whatever.
I have no idea. They make
It's
so
horrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah, I
Don't
imagine
fucking do it.
I imagine anything based around Slender Man now is just stupid, just because it's based off that one game that was popular back in the day, which brought all the hype out about.
Which was made off of a creepypasta.
I watched like 20 minutes of the movie, didn't even get to the super scary stuff, and I had to turn it off. The acting is fucking horrible, and it literally is not good at all.
Yeah.
The actual Slender movie that they made, they had to remove like all the actual like scary parts
Why?
because, well, for one, they wanted it to be PG-13, but because when the movie, because there was the creepypasta, which was like early 2000s. And obviously, it's just like a picture, and it's like, ooh, that's kind of scary. It's 2 a.m. on the internet.
It's a man without a face.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of a scary picture, and then you read the story, whatever. But then, then there's the game, and the game is just retarded. The game is stupid.
It's not even scary. You're like,
And-
just PewDiePie playing
but
it, and then he starts crying.
But so the game came out, and some girl in like Wisconsin, like some like 8-year-old girl, like murdered another like 7-year-old girl, or attempted to murder. And she said that it was because Slender told her to do it.
All right, well, we had a little technical difficulty there.
Yeah, we got hacked by Slender Man.
And the FBI at the same time.
They were working together.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you saying, Kyle? They wanted to take out the scary stuff out of that Slender movie?
So they took all the scary stuff out. That's basically... I was saying, a Slender movie is already a bad idea. But then they were like, let's remove all the scary bits, too. So it will literally be... Like, there's a bunch of scenes... Like, all the scenes where people actually die are not even in the movie. Even though they showed them in the trailer.
What the fuck? That's stupid as shit. So are they going to release, like, a rated R version, then?
Maybe. Probably not, though. I think they just wrote this movie off and we're done with it, but...
That's dumb as fuck. That's literally stupid as shit.
Yeah, that's a real Ray.
Indeed. That's what I call Re-2018.
Yes.
Then the last scary movie I saw was Us,
Oh, yeah.
No.
which we all saw together.
It wasn't. The last scary movie you saw in theaters was Us.
Correct.
Oh.
We saw fucking Get Out.
Oh yeah, we did watch Get Out.
On the other podcast, we said we wanted to see it, and we actually did end up seeing
I
it.
didn't even really care that much about Get Out. Like, well, I mean, it was overhyped, and then I watched it, and, like, this movie was overhyped because I just didn't think it was that good.
I mean, it was kind of overhyped, but it was still an okay
Yeah, it wasn't
movie.
bad. It wasn't horrible. I like Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay. It was just an average movie to me. There was nothing like,
Yeah, it didn't have anything really that spectacular in it.
Yeah.
It was just like stuff that's happening. But I thought it was pretty okay.
I mean, I feel like I've seen movies like that before, honestly. Like, it's just like a different formula, I guess. I don't know.
Jordan Peele's like, fuck comedy.
Yeah.
Let me make spooky stuff.
Even though he always has, like, comedy elements sort of like that.
Yeah, there's pretty funny stuff in them.
It
Often.
was mainly the one, like, other security guy that's just, like, funny.
Did any funny stuff happen in Us?
Yeah, the father was pretty funny. Like, when he was in bed, he's
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's
where
right.
do you want me to take you? He's like, oh, you're serious? What you wanted to leave?
He just wanted to fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh man. Yeah.
I liked Us. Us was definitely better than Get Out.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
Yeah, now that I've seen them both, I would say Us is just more of a like original idea. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were about the same quality movie. Just Us was a more original.
I'd definitely say Us was
The
better.
the next horror movie I want to see, well, at least new horror movie, is Pet Sematary. That looks okay.
Yeah, it looks like it might be okay.
I like Stephen King remakes, but some of them aren't great.
Oh, I know.
And
Some of them
then,
are pretty
but
bad.
nowadays, more like better people are picking them up to make them.
Yeah.
So they're a lot better.
I remember I've seen this one Stephen King movie. It was like from the '90s. I think it was called like Hunger or something like that. It was about this guy who I think he hit like a witch or something like that, or like something.
Oh yeah, no,
And-
I've seen that.
And she made like a pie or something like that. And once he it was about a fat lawyer who was like rich and stuff. And
Yeah,
then
and he
after
lost all his weight.
Yeah, he just kept getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier until he was like basically bones. But there was like a way to get rid of the curse. But I just remember him getting his one buddy. I can't remember his name. Basically, he goes down to like this trailer park where they all live, because I think they're all like gypsies or something like that.
Yeah, they.
Or something like that, and they're all witches. And he goes down there with like an AK-47 and like grenades and stuff, and just starts shooting up the trailer park and stuff, like, just killing them all. He's just like, don't worry, I took care of it.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That movie was decent. I think he killed the witch's husband or wife. Killed the witch's wife or killed the witch's husband, something like that.
Yeah, at the beginning, I think he hit him with the car or something like that, and he got off because he was like a lawyer or something. I don't even remember.
He didn't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And he was like, eh.
And the witch is like, "Arr, I'm gonna make you skinny."
There's always some like all the '90s like Stephen King movies are like bad, but they're still funny.
Red
kinda.
Rum was my favorite.
You're talking about Red? You mean
Is it-
Shining?
No, it's Red. I think it's actually called Murder.
Well, yeah, it's murdered backwards.
Yeah, but it's where the couple goes on a murdering spree, and I can't remember the plot of the movie, but all I remember is the end. And they're like, all right, we're done killing people. That's it. We have to stop. And then we're like, we're gonna get caught or something like that. So they go to leave, and the neighbors just fucking blow their heads off with shotguns.
Fun.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
It was fucking hilarious.
There's like the original It is just really bad, but it's kind of funny to watch.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the new one.
it's very weird.
The new one is good.
The new one is really good, yeah. The original one, they just shoot him with a slingshot, a piece of metal, and it's just like he's dead.
I mean, what could they really do back then?
Just get a mini Uzi and just blast his
That's
ass.
literally
Do a
what happens
drive-by.
in the book, though. They just shoot him with like a
Yeah.
slingshot.
Yeah. It was like a shiny.
We're gonna
piece of
see it
metal.
again this year when the new.
Yeah,
comes
they actually
out.
got really good actors to play like the kids in it. I can't remember who.
They have another one coming out?
Yeah, the
It's-
one that takes
it-
16 years later or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a 2-part series.
Oh.
Yeah, because he comes back every like so many years. I forget how many
Yeah.
it is.
So they all have to go
Yeah,
back.
they made like a blood pact to be like, in 16 years we will come back and kill him again. That's literally what it is.
That's literally what happened. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'll have to try to see the new one.
I forget what actors are in the new one, but
My-
it's actually well-known actors.
My favorite Stephen King movie it's called The Langoliers.
I don't
It's
think
not
I've-
my favorite,
I don't
but
think
I
I've
just
seen
I don't
I
think
used
I've
to
seen
watch
that.
it when I was younger. And it's about all these people are on a plane, and everybody, the plane goes through like a black hole, and everybody who's like asleep on the plane survives going through it, and everyone else dies.
Oh, I think I did see that movie.
And they ended up going back in time.
Yeah.
And there's like these like Pac-Man monsters with like chainsaw mouths that like eat up time.
Okay, maybe
so that
I
you
never
can't
saw
travel
that.
back in time, so they have to like escape from them.
What the fuck?
It's pretty funny.
Okay,
I wanna
don't
see
think
that.
I don't think at first I thought I'd seen it before, but now I haven't.
I have to definitely see that movie.
There's one about Christine, the haunted car. Or whatever.
That's sick.
Oh, yeah,
that one's
there's
really
that
good.
one.
I like Christine, and I like the one with the dog, Cujo.
Oh, Cujo. Yeah, Cujo's decent.
Cujo is good.
I think the best one, Stephen King like movie adaptation out of all of them, still is Shining.
Yeah.
It's The Dark Tower.
No, God, no. That movie's fucking trash.
We saw that movie in the theaters.
I
It was
hated
really
that
bad.
movie so
It was
much.
pretty bad.
Oh my God.
It was funny because this was like right before the new It came out too, so it was funny that there was a bad Stephen King movie and then a really good one that came out
My favorite
within months
Stephen
of each other.
My favorite Stephen King book is A Bag of Bones. But I don't know. I don't remember it. So I don't remember if it was like even be able to be made into a movie. I don't remember if it was like an actual whole book or if it was stories.
Oh yeah, he just do short stories, doesn't he?
It was called A Bag of Bones, and then I think there was another one that was like the Bag of Bones. So I don't know. I don't remember if it was short stories. Which I mean, they could make a movie like that. They've done it before with like different things going on, but I don't remember it. But that's just the last Stephen King book that I read. I like Stephen King. He's pretty decent.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
Coke fueled.
Yeah, literally.
Crazy stories. I also like Maximum Overdrive, where all the like a comet passes by really close to Earth, and it lets off this gas, and all like electronics and stuff come to life and start killing people. And it always scared me as a kid because there's like this truck. It's a big like semi truck with like a clown face on the front, and obviously it goes like crazy, and it's trying to kill a fucking Emilio Estevez, the main character.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
There's a part where a kid gets run over, like a 12-year-old kid is riding his bike, and he gets chased down by a freaking steamroller and gets crushed by the steamroller.
God, Jesus,
This was the 80s, so. Oh, and the entire soundtrack was AC/DC too.
sick.
Yeah. It was. I think it was the only Stephen King movie directed by Stephen King himself.
I'm not a huge fan of the Transformers movies,
I'm not either.
but my favorite part in all of the Transformers movies is when they drop the cube piece and it like makes all the electronics in a block come to life as robots, and just the Xbox fucking comes to life. The guy's like carrying an Xbox down the street and it just fucking like arms pops out and like fucking jumps out. And then the steering wheel and the fucking Escalade or whatever it was fucking jumps out and like grabs the bitch's face.
Which Transformers is this?
That might have been the first or second one.
Yeah, I really don't remember that.
I don't remember. So the
The Mountain Dew vending machine comes to life.
I saw the first like two when they came out. But this was like literally almost 10 years
I
ago
remember
now.
I saw Revenge of the Fallen at the Transit Drive-In. I'm trying to think of what other movie I saw with it because it was like a double feature.
I saw I saw either the second or the third Transformers at the drive-in as well, and I was playing with Captain America, the first one that came out.
Okay.
The only movies I've ever seen at the drive-in, I saw Baby Driver and the new Spider-Man. Or not the new
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
no, the first one with the new guy.
Oh, Homecoming? Or is it Homecoming?
Yeah, it is Homecoming.
Oh,
I saw Baby
so
Driver
that's
and
the one.
Homecoming in the same day, in the same night.
I haven't been to Transit Drive-In since, like, I think the last movie I ever saw there was the first Ted movie, which was, like, 2012.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I haven't been there.
I haven't been there since those two movies. I want to go there again, though, because it's pretty lit.
Yeah, I like going to the drive-in. It's pretty cool because I mean, there's just not really drive-ins that exist anywhere.
Yeah, and
other
you can
than-
just bring in your own stuff, and they don't care. Like,
Well, you're not supposed to, but
They don't know.
They don't
Yeah.
check.
they're not gonna check your trunk and your fucking like underneath your seats.
Start doing security checks, like it's like the border or something. Like they have canine dogs, like sniffing for drugs. So it's just like sugar.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like we have to have one of the biggest drive-ins like left. Five screens, and it's
And they
always packed.
just recently renovated it, so they're
Yeah.
still fucking making money.
Was it like 500 drive-ins left or something?
There's a very
Yeah.
small amount left in the U.S. Yeah.
But our boy Paul used to work at the drive-in, and we'd get in the movies for free.
I wasn't
we
there
saw-
for that time.
Which Avengers came out like in 2015 or
Oh,
whatever?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that we saw that Avengers, and we saw a few other movies there. We went to see San Andreas.
That was a good movie.
We were gonna see it, and fucking like the transformer like down the street like blew out, so the power was out, so we just couldn't. Which was fine because it was free, so we didn't really care. But Paul used to work there, and he got fired because he wanted the fries crispy, not soggy. And
I've heard that story many times.
yeah, they would always tell him to leave the fries on the hot plate, and he was like, "It makes them soggy. They need to be crispy." So he wouldn't. He would leave them the deep fryer, and they were like, "Paul, how many times do we have to tell you?" So he got fired.
He got fired for being good at his job, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, I want the customers to have crispy fries. They're like, no, fuck you.
The boss just has a really big ego and is too stubborn. You're like, oh, Paul.
Like, just give them the fucking fries.
You're like, we're a drive-in, Paul. The quality of food doesn't matter here. They're coming here to watch a movie. Just make the fries like shit or you're fired.
I got a hot dog from the drive-in. It was okay. When I saw fucking Spider-Man in that.
I always get popcorn because
Their prices are pretty cheap. They're actually not too bad compared to fucking
a normal theater.
yeah, a normal
they're
theater.
better.
Fucking,
Oh, yeah.
And there's way more options. You can get fucking ice cream and fucking random shit,
Yeah.
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
which is pretty cool. They have like soft pretzels.
Yeah. I got chicken strips at the movie theater one time.
Sick.
That was alright. And waffle fries. They were okay. It was
Chicken.
way too expensive,
Oh, I'm
but it was
sure.
okay.
I've gotten like a burger from the theater before and just like it's
$13
shitty.
burger.
Yeah, it's just shitty.
It's like getting a burger from the Bill Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never gotten a burger from there before.
The burgers, their food there is not bad, but excuse me.
Again, I only ever get popcorn because it's cheap.
Yeah.
And at the Bill Stadium, when you get the popcorn thing, you get the bucket, like the
Yeah.
souvenir bucket, and you get a free refill with it. Or it's unlimited when you buy the souvenir bucket. So that's always exciting. It's like $14, and you get as much popcorn as you want. And it's like they're decent size, they're like this big. So it's like a fucking like large popcorn from like the movie theater. And
Gonna
it's
go to,
go ahead.
I said, are you going to go to any more Bills games with us, Jacob?
Maybe at some point, it'd probably have to be an early game because my first experience was just so
Yeah.
horrible.
The Blizzard game that we went to?
Yeah, it was just like,
Yeah,
here's
I mean,
my preference.
We can go to an earlier
We're gonna
game.
go to the first home game, and that'll probably be super warm out.
Here's my like point of view from when I went to the Bills game. All right, we're driving there, almost get into a car accident and die.
Which was my fault. I'll take the blame for that one.
Oh, was that when we turned on the intersection and the
Yeah.
Jeep almost hit us?
Yeah.
Kyle just turns and is like, Jesus Christ, we almost fucking died. I'm like, holy shit. And then we get into the tailgate thing. It starts off good. Like, we're just, sitting there drinking and stuff, and then a guy comes up with a pizza and just gives us a whole pizza. I'm like, that's pretty cool. The pizza tastes pretty good. It was a good pizza. He just gave it to us.
We always see this guy. It's great.
And then, I didn't get too drunk because I was just really cold and I didn't feel too great. But Josh and Nick got fucking... Well, Nick got really hammered. Josh was pretty drunk, too. I just remember when we're getting in line and waiting to get in, Josh just gets on the ground and starts doing the pickle Rick thing. He's like, re. And then
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember that clear as day. And then the one guy ahead of us in line, he's like, hey, man, get up. He's like, you're going to get kicked out for that? And then Josh is like, I'm just kidding. Calm down. And then we get in, and I think Josh goes to, the concession stand, at the beginning to get, I don't know what it was, maybe a pretzel or something. And then as we go to sit down, Josh is like, where's my wallet? Guys, have you seen my wallet?
Yeah, I forgot. I left my wallet. Yeah, that was the game that I lost my wallet.
Yeah.
It was fucking covered in snow everywhere, so if I
Yeah.
dropped it, it was gone.
Yeah. Josh is like, my social security card and $75 is in there. I need it.
$75 and my permit and my social security
Yeah.
card.
And then Kyle just, I was sitting next to Kyle, and Kyle just looks over at me. He's like, he loses his wallet everywhere. He did it at the Nickelback concert.
No, that was my keys. I lost my
Oh.
keys at the Nickelback concert.
Yeah.
He's like,
You just lose stuff constantly.
Well, the problem with my wallet, I know for a fact that I left it on the concession stand counter.
Yeah.
So they probably took it.
yeah,
and
someone
then-
probably took all the money out and stuff.
Yeah, and then threw it
just-
in the garbage.
yeah.
So I didn't really give a fuck about that. With my keys, had my house key on it and everything, and I was like, okay. But what I usually do is I have the lanyard, and I put the keys in my pocket, but I have the lanyard sticking out. So I was like moshing and like jumping around and stupid shit, and so they just fell out. And then like throughout a concert, you kind of like shift, like
You
randomly.
kind of move around.
Yeah, you kind of like shift. So they just were gone, and I couldn't find them. But yeah, continue your story.
Okay. All right, and then we're pretty much watching the game. It's just like it's just like a blizzard. It's just basically everybody running every play, pretty much. And then once it gets like halftime, we all go down. Me and Nick get like pretzels and stuff, and we all take like a bathroom break. And then on my way to the bathroom, I drop my pretzel on the ground, and then I'm like, it was like outside the bathroom door as well when I dropped the fucking pretzel. So, and I didn't even like bite out of it or anything yet. I'm like, fuck. And then Nick's like, I'll eat it. And then Nick picks up off the ground, starts eating it. I'm like, all right. As we're in the bathroom, Nick's eating the pretzel. Like, Nick had 2 pairs of pants on, and the one pair of pants was just like all the way down his ankles while he's wearing the other pants. And then this other drunk guy in the bathroom was like, hey man, pull up your pants. And he's like, Nick's like, I can't. And then the guy starts trying to, and then the drunk guy starts like trying to pull up his pants for him. He's like just trying to get him up, and he can't get him up, and he's like, I give up. And he's like, I don't want to see you on the news, man. And then he just leaves. And then another guy who wasn't drunk, that was like concerned for Nick's health, he's like, he gives Nick his food that he had. He gave him like his fries and stuff. He's like, eat, man. You gotta eat. He's like, I used to be an alcoholic and stuff. And then Nick's like, you got piss on your shoes. And then it was just part of his shoes are just like yellow because of the way they were. It was just like by design. I'm like, Nick, those are by design. Those are his shoes. They're supposed to be yellow because that's the color they are. It's not piss. And Nick's like, okay. And then Nick's just being retarded and stuff. And then pretty much, I'm trying to think what happened.
Did he drop his nachos on his pants?
Oh yeah, he spilled nacho cheese all over his pants and stuff. So he's just all over his shoes and stuff. So he's just covered in cheese on his pants and stuff. And he just looked like a fucking mess.
Yeah, so those two were in the bathroom basically the second half of the game.
We came back because the game went to overtime. That's for overtime. We went in the bathroom for the whole time. But basically, we came back. People were throwing snowballs and stuff, and then like people were getting yelled at because of it and getting threatened to kick out. I'm like, and then I see Nick just like winding up and throwing snowballs at people right in the back of the head. I'm like, Nick, stop.
Yeah, he banged someone right in the back of the head.
It was some girl.
It
yeah,
was.
lady.
I'm like, Nick, stop. And I could see the security guy looking over there, and then the security guy comes over and, like, I think he talks to Nick or somebody. He's like, okay, I'll stop. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And Nick was just obliterated. And basically, and then the game went up in the overtime, and I'm like, fuck. I'm just sitting in the bathroom for the rest of the overtime game, and then I went down there, and Nick came with me, and we just stood there, and we're just like, I want to go home. It's way too cold. My pants were soaking wet and stuff, and then I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, and then like eventually the game ends. We go to leave, and then Nick's pants are still sagging down, and people are saying shit. Be like, "Pull up your pants! Pull up your pants!" People kept saying that.
He's waddling out of the stadium.
And then we pretty much get back to the car.
It's not like his underwear was like he had a pair of sweatpants on.
I don't know why everyone was so triggered about it, but basically we get back to the car. Nick passes out in the car. We're sitting in there for a few minutes, and then it's just like, the car is basically buried deep in snow, so we had to dig it out and like push. I think we had to push it too.
Yeah, we had to push
because
it
it got stuck.
It got stuck, and then we had to push it into the road.
Yeah.
And then we got stuck on the fucking intersection to the road, and we had to push it through and wait for people there be an opening, and we had to push it into the actual main road.
Yeah, because like the road we were turning out of was closed off because of the amount of snow that was there, and it was just like we're basically driving home, and then Kyle like. He's like braking at this one stoplight that we're at, and his car's just sliding forward as he's braking. He's like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that game was like my favorite Bills game I've ever gone to.
It was. I mean,
it was a funny experience for me, but football wise, it wasn't good content.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. The game itself wasn't great, but it was still. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever want to do it again, but it was a very Buffalo.
If I did, I'd probably wear 2 pairs of pants and not just one because my pants were soaked. I was so fucking cold.
At the beginning of the game, when we first got there, there was like snow on the ground. It was like clear and it was like fine. And Kyle was like, "Oh, it's not gonna snow." And then we got there, and he looked at the weather again, and he was like, "Oh, it's supposed to be a storm."
Yeah, there was just a huge snow. It was a blizzard.
So when we were walking, like when we were tailgating, we got there pretty early. When we were tailgating, it was like snowing like regularly, like just normal snow. And then once we got there, it just started fucking just absolutely ridiculously like blizzard weather.
Yeah, it's like you could even see on the field almost from where we were.
Yeah, and when you couldn't see you could barely see the field, and you couldn't see the other side of the stadium.
It was like white out.
It was completely white out, and it was like that all the way up until the half, and then it was still snowing a lot, and there was literally like 2 feet of snow on the field. And it was just really lit.
Oh yeah, people would
and
just
like the players, whenever the players did something good, they'd like fall and do like snow angels and shit, and like it was like they'd kick around the snow and stuff. And then the Bills won this game, and the Bills won it with a McCoy touchdown, and he was just running through the fucking snow, and it looked so fucking weird.
Yeah, it was literally just like there's probably like 5 passes thrown that whole game because it was just like a run play because the quarterbacks can't really, like, you can't see where you're throwing the ball or anything.
And the Colts were all wearing white.
Yeah.
So it definitely, it had to have been pretty difficult for the players. They had to look out for just blue numbers pretty much.
Yeah.
It was a pretty lit game though. And then the Colts missed a bunch of field goals and stuff, and I don't know. It was one of my favorite games.
That's the only game I went to, so I guess by default it'd have to be my favorite game.
What's your favorite hockey game you've been to?
I think I've only been to like 2 or 3 maybe. My favorite one was
I know I took you to the Columbus game.
And the Anaheim game. We went to the Anaheim game too.
Did we?
Yeah, I think Anaheim won that game. I think my favorite one out of like the 3 or 2 we went to would have been the Blue Jackets one, because the Sabres played well that game and actually won. Yeah. Even though one of the goals was just like complete bullshit, because Sergei Bobrovsky was going behind the net to play the puck, and Seth Jones it was Kyle Poso who scored the goal too. Basically, he was going behind the net to play the puck, but the puck didn't get there in time, and Seth Jones was like supposed to be covering Kyle Poso or something. It was just a complete broken play, and the puck's just right there, and Kyle Poso just shoots it right.
Yeah, Seth Jones just skated by the puck, and Bobrovsky was going for it.
Yeah,
and
it was just, and then Kyle Poso's like, "Okay, I guess I'll just score it then," because there's nothing else you can do at that point, because there's no one else back there besides Poso, Jones, and Bobrovsky. I don't even know what the play was. I can't remember if it was like a stretch pass or if it was just icing coming in, but Okposo beat. Well, no, because Sergei was going to play the puck, so it couldn't have been icing. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was just a dump in or something, and for a line change, probably. Yeah, it was probably a dump in for a line change, and like Okposo was just like going in on the forecheck or something. I don't know. And then he just got the puck for free, basically, because Seth Jones overskated, and Bobrovsky shouldn't have run out of his net to try to play it, I guess.
What a fun time.
Yeah, that was an okay game. Yeah, I enjoyed that game.
You gotta go to more Bills games this year with us.
I'll try to. It's just, well, I guess they're on Sundays.
Because if the Bills do bad, then the tickets are just super cheap, and it's just an excuse to go get wasted and have fun and watch football.
I'll definitely want to go, maybe, I don't know, maybe during October or something like that, probably.
The last 2 years I've gone to the first home game, so I want to go to the first home game every year. The only problem with it is it's usually expensive because it's the first home game.
You don't know how they're going to perform.
Well, that, and it's just the first home game, so everyone's excited to go. So it's just tickets go up in price.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time because then they do giveaways and stuff like that. But it's usually super warm. Like last year in the first home game, I was able to wear a t-shirt. It was pretty okay. So if you want a football experience where you're not dying, then that would be a good time to go. It's in the first quarter of the season.
I feel like they probably have high expectations for the Bills this year. I don't know. I just feel like they do.
According to a lot of
they do.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Bills to do a lot better this year.
They should do better than the Dolphins.
They signed T.J. Yeldon, which I think is a good sign.
He's 25 and he's really young still, and he's a good receiving back.
Yeah,
they signed him for what, 2 years?
I don't remember. I think so.
I don't know. It's perfect for Josh Allen though, because if he's about to get sacked, he can just dump it to T.J. Yeldon. And
Literally, no. I'm excited for this year. Genuinely, I'm just Josh Allen is God, and look at all these sick players we have now. So I'm expecting them to do super good, and if they don't, then next year they'll probably do even better.
There's always next year.
And we'll also have to
Always
see who
next
they
year.
pick up in the draft, too.
Yeah,
Ed
the draft
Oliver.
starts tonight.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like they're probably not going to get any big names. They're probably not going to go for anybody unless they trade up, because they might trade up. There's been rumors that they're going to trade up with the with somebody, but we'll see.
I always see that they're gonna take like Ed Oliver or something like that, or just something either for an O-line or.
A lot of people are thinking they're going to trade McCoy for a draft pick.
I'm fine with that. McCoy's a free agent at the end of this year, so.
That, and we'd have these,
And he's old as fuck.
The only problem is I don't want them to trade McCoy and then have Frank Gore shit the bed.
Well, you got T.J. Yeldon.
Well, yeah, but they have T.J. Yeldon, but they also-
I'm hoping they were going to draft a running back this year. That's what I was
They
hoping.
should draft
Yeah.
a running back.
Because Frank Gore and McCoy are free agents at the end of this
Yeah,
year.
they're both probably going
They-
to retire after this
Yeah.
year, honestly.
Yeah, literally. They need a franchise running back now, so or some type of running back at least, something.
It's
don't know.
easy to draft a good running back in like
It
the
is.
5th round. So you don't need to worry about getting an early pick. Their early pick, they should go with like an O-lineman or something.
They need
Yeah.
to get some good linemen on offense and defense, but I honestly think that they're just going to do good this year no matter what happens in the draft. Plus, the Bills are always super fucking sneaky in the draft, so you never know what the fuck they're going to do.
I don't remember all their picks exactly, but they should be able to easily draft a running back this year, I think. Do they have a second round pick this year or no?
I think they have a bunch of picks this year.
Oh, I didn't.
I have no
I didn't
idea.
think they. I don't know all the
I don't know,
picks.
or
I
maybe
can't
they-
remember if they had a second round pick or not.
I know we had an assload of picks last year before the draft for that draft and this draft, but I think they used some of them to move up to get Josh Allen, if I'm not mistaken.
Did we move up in draft to get Josh Allen? Oh yeah, we probably would have had to, I guess, because
We
the
moved-
Bills made the playoffs that year, and they got like what? What is Josh Allen like? 7th overall or something like that? No,
I think it was 9th, maybe.
I thought Josh Rosen was like 9th. Because
I know Josh Allen
went
was one of
before
the earlier-
Rosen.
Josh Allen went before Josh Rosen.
Yeah. I don't even remember, honestly. Maybe he was 9th. I don't remember.
It's so weird to remember drafts because it doesn't really matter all that much.
Yeah, until you like look at like the 2nd overall pick being a bust, and then like
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's usually happens that way. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, like maybe they'll be okay, and then there's like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
usually if you like look at past draft
really.
years, like you'll look at the names, you see like Odell Beckham Jr. go like 11th overall, and then you see some of the players before him, and they're like, wow, these players.
Didn't
Sammy Watkins went like 2nd overall, and I think Odell was in the same draft. Maybe not. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
Odell, they were the same draft year, and
Yeah.
Watkins went before Odell.
Yeah. So you look at that now, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, and didn't Russell Wilson get picked up way late?
I'm trying to remember.
Like 2nd or 3rd round, yeah.
Yeah, he got picked up later and then ended up doing crazy. It's pretty much random.
Yeah.
All the people that are super hyped up never actually end up fucking being that good. And there's,
Some of
like,
them do though.
Some of them do, but most of the time it's like, okay, good job, bud, thanks.
Usually, I feel like a lot of times, like with some
Wasn't
quarterbacks.
Baker Mayfield the number 1 draft pick
Yeah,
last year?
he's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
He's
Baker
definitely worth
Mayfield's
it.
pretty decent. I mean, they won games last year, so
Baker Mayfield won me my fantasy championship, so
Like I think wasn't Blake Bortles like a 1st overall pick or something?
he was like 2nd or something.
Oh, okay.
He was 1st round, definitely.
Yeah.
Mario Williams was the 1st overall pick in like 2006 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 2006.
And then he was on the Texans, and then he just got traded to the Bills. It was pretty okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's on the Texans for a while, but he still ended up going to the Bills. That was when the Bills were like, "Oh, these were guys were drafted early, like 10 years ago, so let's pick them up."
Yeah. Fucking Vontae Davis, pretty much.
Yeah, the NFL like Instagram posted today like all the 1st round picks of the last like 15, 16 years. Probably.
I saw that.
And one of them, my favorite is the one from 2007, which was drafted by the Raiders. I can't think of his name. Fucking, I don't know, a quarterback, but he busted really bad.
Oh.
Eli Manning was like 2005, 2004.
I think I know what
2004.
quarterback you're talking about
can't
because
think of
I
his name.
remember there was something one of the coaches like gave him a game tape to watch and the game tape was just blank and he asked him did he watch it and he's like and he responded yeah and they knew he didn't watch it because they gave him a blank tape because they suspected he wasn't watching like reviewing the tapes or whatever something like that. I forget who it was.
That's awesome.
I can't think of his name.
If it's the one I think you're thinking of.
Like Kelvin Benjamin when he asks if he want to do more reps, and he says no.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good. It's just Josh Allen's like, hey, Calvin, want to do some more routes? Nah, it's all Gucci.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, I think it was Jamarcus Russell, I believe.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, he was drafted first overall
Oh boy, what a
and
bust.
busted pretty bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's still got that cash, though, so whatever. They... Was it... I think when Mario Williams went to the Bills, they gave him $100 million
What?
with $49 million guaranteed. $49.5
What?
million guaranteed. And he was the highest paid at the time.
I have no idea.
I read something like that.
Well, it had to have been over years.
Well, you know, it was $100 million over time, but it was
Yeah.
$49 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
So he's just like, okay.
The
And,
hell?
but Mario Williams was good for the Bills, though. He was really lit. And he always had those fucking... He always wore mouth guards with, like, sharp teeth, and he had those fucking
Oh,
the
the
contacts.
contacts,
Yeah.
That was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, ripping that vape, dude.
And then, when Rex Ryan was hired, Mario Williams was like, what the fuck are you doing, bud? I don't like this. Please, help.
Yeah, I don't think really anyone liked Rex Ryan there.
Yeah, nobody did.
And then he brought his brother in.
Yeah, Rob Ryan.
Fuck Rob Ryan. Fuck Rex Ryan.
Rob Ryan looks like Zeus or something if he was fat or something like that.
We were watching a video last night. Oh, it's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
he
it
was on
was-
the Cleveland Browns.
He was their defensive coordinator one year.
a
Yeah.
while ago.
It was the name of the video was the best game that no one watched. Because
Yeah.
it was the Lions versus the Browns in like 2009, and this was when there was still blackout rules.
They were both 1-8.
Neither home team fans could even watch the game.
Oh.
Well, actually, Cleveland could watch the game because they
Both-
were away. But
Yeah, both home teams were 1-8 in that year, or both those teams were 1-8. So they fucking it was blacked out, and then it was just a crazy game. So nobody got to see a really good
just
game.
balling out
Yeah.
between Brady Quinn and Matt Stafford.
Fucking, I literally I didn't even know who Brady Quinn was. I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
One of like 18 quarterbacks, literally 18 quarterbacks that the Browns have had since 1999.
Yeah, but now they're gonna have Baker Mayfield until like 2035.
They always have like a new quarterback every. Well, they won't this time, but or at least they shouldn't.
They shouldn't unless Baker dies or something.
Yeah.
Or just starts shit in the bed for no reason, or gets in like a scandal.
Kill somebody or has
Yeah,
a
like,
drug
the
addiction.
Browns have released Baker Mayfield on child abuse charges. Or something.
Just
Yeah.
fucking Johnny Manziel. Fucking
Basically.
Yeah, like he's an alcoholic.
remember when Jim Kelly's like nephew or whatever was supposed to be in the
Oh,
Chad Kelly.
Yeah, Chad Kelly.
and they let him go because what happened was I think he was drunk or something like that.
He was on the Broncos, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the Broncos. Well, he was like drunk or something, and he was at I think Von Miller's party, and then he just like left and just walked into some random person's house and just sat on the couch with them. And then they're like, "What are you doing here?" That's what they were. And they were just asking him, and then eventually, like, he left, but the police came and found him in his car or something like that, like sleeping or something, I don't remember, and then he got arrested for that. The whole story was weird. I'm like, this is so weird.
Fucking Chad Kelly.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He just walked into some random person's house and sat down on the couch, like, it was just a whole family there, too. It was like a husband, wife, and kids, and they were just scared and freaking out.
Like, hey guys, how you
Because
doing?
it's just some random... The Denver's backup quarterback just comes down and sits down in your house. What do you do?
Yeah. What would you do if Matt Barkley just came and sat down in your house?
I'd be like, "You're okay where you are." Just, you know.
Hey, how'd you get here, bud?
So when can I come over to your house?
Yeah, basically.
Like, can you put my name in? Let me get in the NFL?
Yeah.
Freaking Matt Barkley posted on his Instagram, and he it was a picture of a really big like spider, and he was like, "I found the spider in my Buffalo basement. This is where the kids play." And he was like, "Does anybody know what kind of spider this is?" And I was just like, "Well, it's in Buffalo, so it's not a scary spider. It's not gonna hurt you."
None
but-
of them would have hurt him. But I remember him posting that.
And then a couple days later, there was a picture. He went golfing with like Josh Allen and someone else, I think.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick. And there's just a picture of him on his Instagram, and it says, "I wonder if that spider had a brother."
It's pretty good.
I did not see that one. No, and I saw the spider picture, and people were like, "You better get the fuck out of there and burn your house down." It was pretty funny. No, it's just a giant ass fucking spider. I mean, it wasn't really that big. I don't know how he took the picture, and the spider looked giant. But then if you look, you can see like the corner of his.
Yeah,
basement.
it wasn't that big. I've seen spiders.
Yeah,
like
it
that
wasn't
before.
really huge, but it was pretty funny.
It's actually his pet tarantula.
He's just never seen a spider that big before. He's like, "What the fuck?" It was pretty funny though. Matt Barkley. You think Matt Barkley will get any playtime this year?
If Josh Allen dies, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll play. He'll definitely play in like the preseason.
Well, yeah, definitely. But
Or if like the Bills go out of like some like playoff consistency.
yeah, maybe they'll win every single game, and he'll be able
Yeah,
to
the
come
last 2 games they'll just throw Matt Barkley in. Matt Barkley's not bad though. He's okay. Like when he played
He's
for us,
okay with the Bills.
yeah, he played pretty fucking good. He won us that one game.
It was against the Jets, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the Jets. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was like a complete
we
blowout,
saw
too,
Matt
wasn't it?
Barkley play. Did we see Josh Allen's first start in person?
That would have been week 2 then, right? I
know.
forget
We
who.
saw him-
It
we
wasn't
saw him
against
playing-
the Chargers?
We saw
No, that was Peterman.
No, it was against Ravens when he first came in, but he didn't start that day.
Yeah, I think we saw his first start.
It would have been the game after, right?
I don't know. I don't think I was there for that, but we saw him. We saw him in preseason, and he came out and everybody was cheering.
Yeah,
for
everyone
him.
was freaking out. I don't know. I feel like we saw his first start ever, but I could be wrong. I know we've seen a lot of Buffalo quarterbacks. We've seen Peterman start. We've seen Tyrod start. We've seen fucking Josh Allen. Has there any been other ones? Oh, didn't we see Derek Anderson?
What was that against?
We didn't go to the game, but we were tailgating for that one.
Oh,
Was that the Patriots
The
game?
yeah, the
Patriots
Patriots game.
we were technically within like 500 yards of Derek Anderson, so
Oh, okay.
that counts, I guess.
500 yards. Does he have a restraining order, Josh, or something?
Probably.
It probably was closer than that. I mean, we were like right up next to the stadium, so we were probably like pretty decent.
The length of a football field.
Probably. But yeah, we've seen
We were like the distance of like the parking lot away, which is probably like a football field.
So if Jess wanted to go there and fight him, he could have.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, we've seen more winning Bills games than we have losses.
That's true.
I'm 1-0 in Bills games.
Very true. I've seen a couple Bills games without Kyle. I saw the Saints game and the Raiders game last year or 2 years ago.
Well, the Bills are very good at home, actually.
Yeah.
It's because they're used to all that cold weather when they face a Miami team or something.
Nobody likes Buffalo.
Yeah.
They're just like, Buffalo is bad.
It's too cold
If
here.
they've never been to a Bills game, they don't know what it's like. And if they ever went to a Bills game, they'd be like, "Holy fuck, this is lit!" Like if on like all the Reddit threads and stuff, like in like the NFL, people that have actually been to Buffalo, like see their favorite team play, they go to Buffalo to see it. They're like, "Oh, the Buffalo Bills fans are always so nice," and like they always are like really like I saw the one guy. Like kind of like the same thing that happened to us that one game where the guy just brought us a bunch of chicken wings over. He's like, "Hey, we have extra chicken wings. You want some?" And we're like, "Sick, yeah." Apparently, they were tailgating next to those people, and they just invited him over to their tailgate party, even though they were against the opposite team.
Oh, wow.
They were like, pretty much, they like every other team's fans except the Patriots fans.
I mean, we've done that before where the people next to us are just like, "Hey, you want to play some games with us?" And we're like, "Sure."
that was the same one. We played fucking Flip Cup with like 2 tables full of people, and it was sick as shit. Just this random people that were tailgating. Well, we parked in a different parking lot than we normally did that time.
Yeah, we parked
in
in
like one of the
Hammer lot
actual
that time.
the good parking lot, and we usually park behind this fucking auto shop, which that's my favorite spot to go. And
That's
then
where we get the free pizza.
we parked behind that fucking red barn, which was a pretty decent spot too.
Oh yeah,
That was for like the last game I think we went to
yeah.
that
It was
place.
just you and I.
Yeah, and we were walking around. That's the time we bought the hats. Mm-hmm. That was pretty lit.
Were they fedoras?
No, they were not.
They were beanies.
Oh, you guys are hipsters?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bro. We were like, it's cold. We need hats.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, excuse me.
So, Jacob, you got any fun stories to tell?
Well, I think I've already said this before, but it's just like I just thought of it
Well,
like
you
random.
haven't told it on here.
All right, fair enough. Like, I mean, this guy doesn't work there anymore because he got fired for a thing he did at my job at the Home Depot. But this is an early on story. Like, at the store we have like this thing called Freight Appreciation Day, and it's like the freight team just gets like food out from someplace, like they bring it here, and I think we had like Italian food or something like that, which I wasn't. It was like cold Italian food, so it's just shitty. But basically for Freight Appreciation Day, everyone got like a free like hoodie or something like that, and like before it, like we had the sizes ordered and stuff. And, like, the names would be on the hoodies, but there was just one hoodie that just didn't have a name on it, and it was, like, a triple XL, and then the guy, like, the boss was just calling out and be like, all right, we got one hoodie left, it's a triple XL, so whose is it? And then the one guy that used to work there, he's like, whoa, what do we work with, Godzilla? and then, like, the people at the table were like, shut up, Jim. They were just so pissed because it was just extremely rude to, like, shut up. And I was just like, I was basically dying at that point. I like put my head down. I was like trying not to like die, laughing. I'm like, holy fuck.
Didn't Jim crash a forklift? Is that why he got fired?
Yeah. Okay. Jane Doe crashed a forklift.
First names are fine.
All right.
Unless he's listening to this and he's like, Jacob, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, he kills me. All right. Basically, he was the lumber guy, so he'd work on the forklift all the time. I wasn't really there for this. I had my day off, and then I came back the next day, and it was just, like, all the talk. And he was still there for, like, the last week. But, basically, he was, like, must have been putting up lumber or something like that. And I don't know how exactly it happened, but it must have, like, raised it up too high or something like that, or just drove right into it with the lumber up. Basically, there was, like, a fire alarm system. He just, like, crushed it. He destroyed it, and then, like, water started going everywhere, and the fire alarm started going off. And then, like, the police had to come and stuff. And then I'm assuming because of liability reasons or something like that, they had to drug test him to make sure he wasn't, like, under the influence of anything. But he would, like, smoke weed every now and again. And, so basically, I mean, he wasn't on it at the time, but, like, just because it was a drug test, he took it, he failed it, and then he got fired because of it.
Damn.
It was he's a funny guy though, just like the amount of dumb shit he would do there, because I just remember like all the time during the night he'd be putting up lumber and he'd just get really pissed off because he'd be having a hard time. He'd just scream throughout the store, he'd be like, God fucking damn it, God fucking damn it. Or sometimes, like, I remember I was, like, leaving one night, and as I was leaving, he took out this one shelf, and just, like, these spray paint cans just went flying everywhere, all over the ground. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ! He started screaming, and then he tried putting the shelf back together, and he just got, like, really pissed off and threw it on the ground. He's like, fuck it! and I don't know, just the amount of dumb, like, him and my boss would just, like, do all kinds of, like, stupid shit to each other. Like, I remember one time, like, during break room, he was just, like, He had food on a plate, like on a like glass plate, and my boss like had a broomstick handle, and as he was like on his as like Jim was on his phone, he just like started pushing the broomstick handle towards the plate and pushed the plate off the table, so it fell on the ground. He's like, and the plate actually didn't break, but his food was just on the ground. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Home Depot at nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as fun as it used to be now that he's gone. It's pretty generic now, and it's not fun anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do you ever get yelled at for stuff?
I normally don't. I remember one time I was like just, I didn't hear because I had a cart, like one of those big freight carts, and it was like rumbling against the ground, and so I couldn't hear anything, but my boss was on the forklift, and then like, he was about to like turn the corner, and I just walked right in front of the forklift. He's like, Jesus, Jacob, that's how people die. I'm like, it's true. But, yeah. But when I first started working there compared to now, it's just not even close as funny. I remember like the first day there, I think my boss, like he put money in the vending machine to get like a pop or something, and the pop got stuck. And he just started shaking the vending machine very violently so 20 fucking drinks just fell out and hit the bottom. He's like, well, I guess there's free drinks now. And then like 3 days later, the vending machines were bolted to the wall, just so specifically so that can't happen.
They just saw him do that in the cameras, and they're like, oh fuck, we gotta fix that.
No, I remember one time, like, it was just some person during the day. He's like, I remember I came back here one time during the day, and it was just like 20 drinks like all over the place everywhere. I'm like, I wonder who did it. And then I'm like, yep, I know who did it.
Didn't you get yelled at for not having your apron on?
Oh yeah, that was very early on too. Like that was like 2 weeks in, my apron like broke. I'm like, yeah, I need a new apron, and then they just didn't give me a new apron, so I was just like walking around without an apron, just doing my job. And then like 4 different people came up to me until I had a whole circle of people around me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's just an apron. And then eventually And then eventually I just, like, because of that altercation, I got a new apron. So I'm assuming, like, a manager or something saw me without an apron working or something and just got, like, really triggered, but just didn't say anything and just started, and then just all these people started coming up to me. They're like, the guy was like, put your apron on. He said it silently, but, like, angrily. He's like, put it on. I'm like, it's broken. I said this yesterday that was broken. No one gave me a new one. It was just so retarded. Like, I don't know. Another thing, probably, like, one of my other favorite stories that happened there was, I say this one all the time, but it was like, my boss, like, put Pop-Tarts in the toaster, and
I love this story.
And the Pop-Tarts got stuck in the toaster, and he couldn't get them out with, like, the knife or whatever, so he flipped the toaster upside down, started slamming it against the counter, and they just wouldn't come out, and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ, and then there was just a giant tub of butter right next to there. He just picked up the butter, it was a giant square tub of butter, chucked it across the freight room, hit the locker room, hit like the lockers on the lockers we have back there. It just smashed everywhere, and as he was throwing it, like butter just went everywhere. It went all over the fridge, all over the table. It got into one of my coworkers' hair, like a huge like chunk of it. He's like, and then my coworker's like, "What the fuck, man? Are you serious?" And then my boss just looks at him, and he just starts laughing. He's like, "Are you fucking serious, man?" And then the guy went to the bathroom and just like washed his hair, and then there was just like butter everywhere. And then like the lumber guy like had gloves they set on the table. He didn't realize until he was going back, until he picked it up. There was just like a hunk of butter all over his glove. He's like, "Jesus fucking Christ!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, that was hilarious."
Did he ever get his Pop-Tarts out?
I don't think so. I don't know. That toaster was a piece of shit. I don't even think it's there anymore. I'm pretty sure he probably broke the toaster just slamming against the counter so many times trying to get him out.
How would did it like stop, but it just didn't pop up? So
Yeah,
they were just closed in?
Yeah, it was just closed in, and the Pop-Tarts were just like stuck in there.
Did he try like pulling up the handle?
I'm not even sure what he did. I remember seeing him with the knife, and he was just like all pissed off. He was trying to pull it out with a plastic knife. He's like, "Jesus fucking Christ!" And he just starts slamming against the counter. It was just, I don't know. That was like probably that and the Godzilla were probably like two of my favorite experiences like there. I don't know why, because I can't really think of anything else that happened. I remember one time he dropped like a whole pallet full of water while he was on the forklift. He was just like pulling it down or something, and then throughout the store I just hear a giant like loud bang, like, and then I look over and then there's just water all over the floor in the aisle. It's just like water everywhere. And then the water was just free, pretty much. Like, they just brought carts full back in the freight room, and then you could get free water.
Wow, exciting stuff going on at Home Depot.
Not anymore now that Jim's fired. Well, I keep saying this.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's too late at this point.
I'd be impressed if Jim heard our podcast.
You never know.
If you're listening to this, Jim, we love you.
Yeah, Jim, you're a legend at the Home Depot for sure. We miss you. Because I didn't see him, but apparently he came back one time and he was just really drunk. He's like, "Yeah, I don't drink, or I don't smoke weed anymore. I just mainly drink now." He's like, and then my boss is like, "That's not any better, Jim."
That's not any better, Jim.
Just comes to work drunk.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's just a bunch of random stories that happen at the fucking Home Depot. Not really much anymore, but back in the day, it used to be so fun working there. But now it's I should quit at this point. I should just quit.
It's not entertaining enough.
Yeah, it's not entertaining anymore. I just go to work and go home now. That's pretty much all it is. I have no funny stories really anymore, as much as there used to be. Now that Jim's gone, and just like, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll probably end it here now. So this has been episode 9 of Lamentable Podcast. You can subscribe and hit that sick-ass notification bell, because we post randomly. So you never know, and you get that notification that we're posting, and you'll be like, "Oh, sick! My favorite podcast just posted a fucking episode." You can follow us on Spotify. Our podcasts are uploaded there way before YouTube, so you can hear them earlier. You can follow us on our Facebook account, Lamentable Podcast. Just search it up on your phone or in the search bar on your computer, whatever you use. We have a Podbean account if you use Podbean to listen to your podcast and download. And you can follow our Twitter account and Instagram, same thing. Lamentable Podcast. And, so thanks for coming, Jacob.
Oh, you're welcome. Don't forget to follow Patrick Topolsky on Instagram. Actually reminds me, I saw Mr. T at the Home Depot the other day. I didn't say anything to him. We just looked at each other and said nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if he recognized you.
I think he did, but I don't know. He was looking at the Dremels.
I bet.
He was.
He came into cricket the one day.
Oh, did what?
Yeah. He was in cricket, and I was like, is that Patrick's dad? I didn't say anything to him, but I was like, and then I put in his account, and it was him, and I was like, oh my god. It's Patrick's dad.
I guess he gets around.
All right, well, here's your Lamentable podcast sticker.
Oh, epic.
Every guest on the show gets one of those sick-ass things.
I'm gonna put it on my TV.
And, so that has been Lamentable Podcast, Episode 9. And see you next time.
Yes.
Yeah, see ya.